I'm going on an adventure today. I am actually, if you are a music lover, heading to Bull Island. So for the people that don't remember, back in the 70s, it was one of the biggest concerts that probably failed in southern Indiana. But I thought it would be interesting to go do some research and find out what happened, but more from the perspective of my actual family. They were involved with the land of Bull Island during the time of the concert. And so I'm heading there today to do a little research, but also just hear from my own family what happened during that time. So stay tuned. We are on the Wabash River here, and down there is where we're gonna head. And that's actually where this rock festival took place, which is absolutely nuts. There's lots of aerials from this concert. I remember seeing things where they said the helicopters were coming over. People wouldn't actually, some of the performers would even stop because of the amount of people. They said it was supposed to be 40,000, and I think it was actually, I've heard 200,000 to 400,000. So just a crazy amount of people. And wait till you see how we actually came into this place. I know this is family owned, but I've never been here before, so this is really exciting for me. So let's go take a look and just enjoy learning a little bit about Bull Island today.
The Wabash.
Okay.
So this is
I like the idea.
present channel of the Wabash River.
Yeah.
Right through
was another access to it. Since then, we built a road across because we drilled a lot of oil wells in here. But at that time, the only access was going to Indiana. Now you're going south, then you're going back northeast to the stage area. And anyway, so they had to make a big route. A lot of people walk 15 miles or more to get.
How far back was the traffic?
It was backed up all the way to the interstate, both ways. 5 miles.
So how did Dad end up with Bull Island in the first place?
I got one here. You want one? Just take
Lord
it.
have mercy. Okay, take two. Say it again, Kara. Oh,
I know.
okay.
Why
Now it's too late. Now be serious. Okay, Donnie. So how did Dad end up with Bull Island?
Well, he got out of the coal business and he bought the Camp Breckenridge farm and he moved his bulldozers down.
Okay.
And then he had a drag line left, and so he traded it to Walter Will up here for his farm.
But why would you want to a farm
He
an
wanted to
hour
get rid-
away?
It was hard to get rid of his drag line. It was
Oh.
$96,000. It was a big drag line.
Wow. Okay.
And then, so he figured he could trade the farm later for maybe a profit or whatever. And anyway, that's the reason he ended up with it.
Okay, we are actually where the concert was here in Bull Island. This whole field and lots of areas, but right here is the river. This is where the people from Illinois came over. At one point there was land, now it's not. But this whole field is where all the people were, the actual stage which burned down when it was done. Pretty crazy just to see what they had here. And then people even walked down. Did you see coming here that they walked 15 miles to get to this concert? I mean, it was just not an easy way in and out. So pretty amazing. Where are we? What's here?
We're at Lost Lake.
Lost Lake. Is that where the
That's
actual
where that
concert
lake-
was taken?
That's what they called it, Lost Lake now.
Oh, that's over here, right?
This is Bull Island.
This is Bull Island right here.
Yeah.
And this was the whole field. Where was the stage?
It's 500 acres that way too. Yeah.
Oh, seriously? So
Yeah,
this
this-
whole thing had people in it.
Oh yeah, this was all pasture fields at that time. Yeah, it was 500 acres that way, and we used to farm it, so it was all open land. Now it's got 10 years worth of growth in it. So,
Wow. And so all these fields were filled with, how many people were here, you know? Or remember?
we figured 250 to 350,000.
Wow.
It was the second largest city in Indiana. So.
During that few days, right?
Donnie, how did we ever even get the concert to be here at Bull Island?
We never tried to get them here. They come.
They just came.
They had tried at 2 or 3 other places,
Mm-hmm.
and they kept getting injunctions against them.
People were smart.
So we had this ground listed for sale, and they took a $10,000 option to buy it.
So Bob Alexander and Tom Duncan were the promoters of this Erie Canal Soda Pop Festival. I'm actually down here where they would actually have came over for this festival. It's absolutely nuts to me that I've come into this land and 200,000 or 300,000 people here. I can only imagine, but this rock festival had big names coming to it. A lot of them didn't all attend, but it definitely was a planned out. And you think back in the day, you know, they were trying to switch up the different areas of where it was going to be held. You know, obviously Evansville didn't want it in the Indiana side. The Illinois, it ended up obviously in the Illinois land or Bull Island area. But you think about when someone starts promoting something back in the 70s. This was 1972 during Labor Day weekend. There was no cell phones. You didn't have anything then. So even if people started coming to this concert, there was no way of moving this momentum, especially when you hear these big names coming to this territory. So obviously this is where it ended up. Completely amazes me. It's beautiful natural land, actually, honestly. But just to imagine that many people in that kind of scenario of, you know, rock bands, drugs, alcohol, you know, just 300,000 people on this little peninsula. So pretty amazing, beautiful place, but they had a good idea. And I'm not saying that it failed. It actually probably was very much a big cultural item back in the day, if you look back on it now. And you know, it's like really the next Woodstock. I mean, it was like 4 or 5 years later. So pretty interesting local information and history that happened here near Evansville and the Illinois area.
Well, actually, White County, Illinois is the #1 deer hunting in the state of Indiana.
Really?
In Illinois. And half part of Bull Island is in White County, Illinois. So you have Indiana side, and you have also White County, which is in Illinois. So it consists of 2 different states on the island. And with that, the Indiana is probably one of the premier hunting as far as all around deer, turkey, rabbit hunting in the state of Indiana.
So you've hunted a lot here.
Not a lot, but I have hunted quite a bit here.
This is my Uncle Jim, by the way. I hope you enjoyed my little tour of Bull Island. Not a whole lot of details in regards to the concert itself. I tried to give you a little bit of perspective of what happened and what it looked like. But more importantly, it was really a fun day for me to kind of hear from my aunts and uncles what happened here in 1972. I was not born yet, and it's just very, very interesting. And I can't even imagine still today, being here today, that there was even a concert here. It is like crazy to me that all these people came into this island that was not even accessible, really. I mean, it was very little roads going into it, still very rural. Just fascinates me, and I hope you enjoyed a little bit of the history on the concert, but more into the history of the land as it was from my family's perspective. So thanks again for staying tuned, and remember, we're local realtors, and until next time, I'll see you then.